So, personal story here to start off with, and that is that we have three children. All three of our children have had an incredible amount of trauma. Two of mine were born 6 weeks early and spent their first month in a NICU, which it brings an incredible amount of trauma itself. And we know that trauma changes the makeup of the brain, even in a situation like that, which oftentimes, if it's not been experienced in any other way, it's easy to just set it on a shelf. To push it to the side. But frankly, that's not the case. I have another child who experienced a different type of trauma, an enormous amount, who is an adopted child. And with that, he came to us with trauma that we did not know existed before we ever met our son. With that, there was academic trauma, there was social trauma, there was emotional trauma all across the board. And when we found Equipping Minds, it was because we wanted to help him cognitively. There were significant cognitive delays, and we wanted to help with that. Equipping Minds seemed to be the only answer that could. With that, the one thing that we noticed that we had no idea was going to happen with Equipping Minds, we knew that it was going to help him with his math. We knew that it was going to help him with his reading. We had no idea that it would help heal the part of the brain that controlled his emotions, his ability to not cry in a half of a second if there was something that didn't go the way he thought that it should go, right? Even something small like that. And I've seen the same thing in a classroom setting. Surprisingly, even in a private classical Christian school, I can safely say that well over 50% of our students have experienced trauma that I'm aware of. So the percentage is probably more than that. With that, I've noticed that in August, they came in struggling to process, struggling to pull out what has already been stored in there, right? And now in January, their processing speed has increased through the roof. These are not students that have cognitive delays. These are students that were struggling because of trauma that had happened in their life prior, that the parents didn't even recognize. And so with that, I've seen emotional stability increase. I have seen processing delays be decreased. I have seen so many different parts of their emotional and social well-being change. And I know that it's changed because of what Equipping Minds has done to help heal their brain. I understand that Equipping Minds is empirically proven to increase verbal, nonverbal, and IQ scores across the board in every person that uses it. But I cannot help but also say that I have no doubt that God placed this program in Dr. Brown's mind intentionally, and there is a special healing that I know personally has come from that. And that is one of the reasons why I feel like it needs to be in every single school across the board. It's not just for the academics, it's for all of the other healing that also comes with it.